All right, this week on Camera Talk, we are, where are we going? This says, what's that say? It says made in Japan. That's right, we're going back to Japan.
I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Looking at the last Konica lens that I have. I've done a couple other 50 Konicas. This is the budget version. This is the 1.8, 50 millimeter 1.8. Is it any good, mister? What do you mean no? You haven't even tried it yet. Well, let's find out together. Grab yourself something to eat or drink, get yourself comfortable. And let's get it on. Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down. This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right, Dylan and I are back for another episode of Camera Talk. And what are we talking about this week, buddy, Mr. Co-host? Well, just as the intro says, we're back to Japan.
One ticket to Tokyo, please.
Seems a lot of our vintage lenses are from Japan, so we spend a lot of time there on the island. And this week we're looking at one from one of the legends, Konica.
Colors are calling me, Konica.
That's right. Have you heard of Konica? No, I didn't think so. Well, you're not even 3 years old yet, so everything to you is vintage. Konica. Hey, Konica's been around a long time. 1873. That's a long time ago. It's a little before Daddy's time.
No.
Just a little. And they lasted all the way through till 2003 when they merged with Minolta. And we all know what happened. All right, settle down, mister. Getting all excited. You're not even a couple seconds into the show here. Monica. Minolta. Monica, where's that name come from, huh?
That's not even a word!
Where's that name come from, huh? Minolta. Well, they ended up merging with Konica in 2003. And then just a few years later, who bought them? Sony. Sony. That's where my A7R II comes from. So Sony and Minolta merged together, and Sony made use of their technology and thus Konica's technology and everything else, and created legends of their own. So again, long time Konica was in the business doing their thing. But I've already reviewed some Konica 50 millimeter lenses. I've reviewed the 1.4 and the 1.7. Both of them legendary.
And now for something completely different.
That's right. They, well sought after, or much sought after by the vintage lens users out there for various reasons. The 1.7 was kind of the kit lens for the system for quite a while. Again, great sharpness, great colors, great really everything, all the build and everything. This is actually considered the poor man's Konica. Now Konica actually made two styles, or what do you say, models, two lines, let's say.
It's not really.
One was Hexar, Hexar, and the other, well, Hexar was the kind of commercial brand or line of camera equipment. And then they made the Hexanon AR, and that's what I have here. The Hexanon AR. You like to look at that? Yeah. You can't even see yourself in there, so what are you laughing at? But the Hexanon AR was the pro line, and that's what I have. But this was the budgetary version of the, when I say version, I don't mean virgin.
And then spank me. And spank me. And me. And me. Yes. Yes, you must give us all a good spanking.
No, version. The budgetary version of the 50 millimeter line. So 1.8. It's not the fastest aperture in the world, but it's not the slowest either. It's got great build quality, just like all Konicas. The government of Japan used them as, the Japanese Camera Inspection Institute who used to, you know, again, qualify all the Japanese equipment that was being sold out on the market. They used Konica lenses to inspect other camera, you know, Nikon, Canon, all the big name stuff out there, Fuji, Pentax, Asahi, you know. So again, this is the budget version, but it's very nice. This is the earlier version too. There's two versions. You have the metal version and the plastic version. Of course, everybody knows why everybody went plastic, right? Plastic, fantastic, saves a bunch of money, saves a bunch of weight. Come on, sit up, man. Don't be lazy.
Stop touching me!
This is the metal version. And how you can tell, well, besides knowing it's metal, all the engravings are actually engraved and filled with paint, versus the plastic one, they're just imprinted on the plastic. The way it goes, so you could feel, you know, if you're not sure if it's metal or not. It also has a an aluminum ring or a shiny ring around the outside, versus the plastic, which is just a pure black ring around the edge. All the Hexanon ARs have a silver lining, so to speak. So it's got a decent reputation. It's not as famous as the 1.4 or the 1.7, but it's also not as expensive either, right? So again, it's the budgetary version, but it's also very nice, very comparable to the 1.7. 1.7's got I guess a hair or a nose length lead as far as sharpness and everything else goes, but this is still a very decent lens, bang for the buck, so to speak. It's you know, very standard build, 6 elements in 5 groups. Very standard for 50 millimeter. Its close focus is 55 centimeters. It could be better in that regard, but still, you know, just over half a meter is it's okay. It's got 6 blades, 6 aperture blades, which is very common again for Japanese manufacturers of the day. The only issue with those, of course, if you're shooting wide open, they're nice round bokeh balls, right? We like our balls round.
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls.
But these ones, if you stop them down, you start to get, you know, you start to get the, the very first stop down to 2.8 is the Ninja Star. Remember those Ninja Stars you had? No. I know, Mommy took them away from me because you kept stabbing the neighbors with them. And then once you stop down from there, they get hexagonal shaped. And some people like those, and some people don't like their balls looking like nuts. Even though nuts and balls could be the same if you're talking about something else, right?
That's what she said.
So anyway, keep yourself up, mister. No napping or anything else. Lazy host. How about the weight? They're not very heavy. 175 grams. Again, for a small metal lens, that's okay. The plastic one's 150. You know, that was came out the latter part of the production. Remember the Hexanon AR lines went from 1973 to 1987 when Konica got away from the SLR, you know, cameras. This particular one, 1978, and then the plastic one came out for the last couple of years, 1985, 86, 87, or the plastic version. As I say, you can tell, really just holding it. Once you've handled vintage lenses for a while, you can pretty much tell the difference between a metal and a plastic one, you know, without spending too much time on it. So anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh, Konica also farmed these out as well. In the early days, they made their own lenses, but later on, they farmed them out to Tokina. And Tokina's still around today, producing some pretty decent lenses. But they were a third-party manufacturer as well back in the day, or a contract manufacturer, you know, to farm those out to somebody else. Yes, your binoculars look wonderful. You're such a bright little boy, you are.
We knew exactly who had to wear the helmet.
So anyway, what else can I say? Oh, the other difference between this one and the 1.4 and 1.7, their f-stops, or their smallest aperture is f16. This one's f22, so that's difference. Another difference between Konica and other manufacturers is that Konica was very picky with their QC. Only 30% of their lenses actually made it out of the factory, versus other the Canons and Nikons and whatnot were more like 40 to 50%. Were good to go. So anyway, so better quality stuff for Konica is out there. It's got great contrast, micro contrast as well. As you know, micro contrast deals with shadow area, so it's very good with that. Very good with neutral colors, everything, color rendition, not a problem. Great build, I mean, very smooth and whatnot. The lubrication doesn't dry out on you or anything else. Nothing wrong, or nothing worse than having lubrication that dries out. Ouch.
It's how you use it.
It also is very well designed. No color aberrations, no color clipping, no color fringing, no flaring. You know what happens when we get flaring.
Deal with it. Okay, and you're welcome.
But overall, it's pretty sharp. Not quite as sharp as the 1.7, even though some may argue, oh, my 1.8 is better than... Probably because they don't have a 1.7 and they're just thinking it's pretty good. Oh, what's the matter? Drinking too much? Drinking too much milk, mister? You're a milk addict. So, as far as the lens goes, that's pretty much all I can tell you about it. You think? Can you think of anything else? No, well, you don't think of anything anyway other than cookies and Marsha and the Bear on YouTube. Ooh, he's got the love for Marsha.
I like you a lot.
As soon as he gets home from school, Marsha, can't even say Marsha, he says Basa, Basa. But I know what he means, Marsha and the Bear. All right, so let's get our viewers a little taste of what this looks like from where we're sitting. Also, one of the things I'm not so keen on with the construction are the infinity locks. I mean, Leica does the same thing on their older stuff too, but you get down to f22, you hear that click. That means now you can't move it anywhere back. There's a little button on the side here. You have to depress that, and then you can move the aperture ring back to 1.8 again. Kind of a pain in the butt, isn't it? Especially for people who aren't sure what that is. All right, so let me give you a shot of the end of the barrel, which is, hold on, let me change my steady shot because I got it on a 135 millimeter, and I wonder why it's so jittery. Let's bring that down to 50. There we go. So there we go. Our steady shot is much more steady. There you go. So this is wide open at 1.8, and this is on my Sony a7R II. 1, 2, 3. And let's do 5.6. 5.6 to show them what that looks like from this range. Again, looking pretty good. And you and your hiccups. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. How about some pictures of Dylan? You want to see pictures of Dylan?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, well, here's Dylan at f 1.8. All right, very handsome man, right? Well, little man. How about Dylan at F 5.6? 5.6? Here's Dylan at 5.6. Okay, good. And how about random stuff? We always have to show random stuff, right? So let's talk about random stuff. Random stuff such as what? Such as rainbows and butterflies and bunny rabbits and stuff that I'm not really going to show you. I don't have any pictures of rainbows and well, maybe some butterflies, I don't know, maybe. But no bunny rabbits and stuff. So anyway, well, here's some random stuff using the same lens at f whatever. And I think that was pretty much it, all I'm going to talk about with this lens. Can you recommend it? Yes! Yes! Dylan says it's a good lens, highly recommended. I don't know about highly, but I would say highly recommended. If you can afford to, or if you can find the 1.4 or 1.7, then I would recommend you get that. But this 1.8 will do you just as good. Anything from Konica really is going to be your value. So, and it could give, the other thing I didn't say too, is that under the right circumstances, it can actually give that 3D pop, you know, that everybody looks for with Leica and Carl Zeiss and all that kind of stuff. So it's very good. All right, so with that said, how about our little plug for our photo editing software, huh? Who do we use? Well, I can't say we, since you don't do anything around here besides break things and lose things and scream and cry and roll around on the floor because you don't get to have the TV remote and
You suck!
Who do we use? Luminar. Luminar AI and Luminar Neo. And, you know, what does the AI stand for? There's lots of AI in there, right? What does AI stand for? 1, 2, 3. No, it's not AI. Come on, what is AI? It's artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence.
How can you look me in the eye and lie like that?
That's right, mister. Someday. Let me tell you, someday.
No.
Oh, yeah, someday. Artificial intelligence. Luminar's full of it.
No.
Yes, they are. They're full of it.
Crap!
Dust and spot removal.
No.
Power line removal.
No.
Just a one-stop shop. Click on that. It analyzes your photo. Boop, 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 boop. Zip. Gone. Without you having to brush over anything. That's pretty cool. It's got background removal.
No.
Yeah. It's got masking AI. Oh, yeah. Scenery lighting. Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of stuff it has. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the entire menu, but do you want to get yourself a copy? It is economical. That's why I bought it. You know, it's economical. It's under $100. I forget exactly what it is these days because I bought mine already a couple of years ago. But if you want to buy yourself a copy, and it's yours for life, once you buy it, you download it. There are no subscriptions or anything else. If you want a discount, $10, I can get you $10 off. And hey, why not? You know, if it's $100, then it's $90. If it's $90, then it's $80. If it's $80, then it's $70, right? Do the math.
I hate math.
It's not that hard. Click below. There's a link in the description below. Click on that, buy it through our link, and you'll get yourself a $10 savings. And what do they do with that $10 savings? They have my wife call me. Hold on a second. Hello. We're doing camera talk. What else? That's nice. Thank you. Nope. We're doing camera talk. The camera's rolling right now. Okay, bye-bye. I'm sorry! So, now that we're back from a word from our sponsor.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
You get a $10 discount, and what does Luminar do with that $10? Well, they give it to us because we went through the effort to tell you about Luminar. Oh, what a reward system is that, right? Another word for that is what? It's called kickback. Yay! Kickback. That's right. And what are you going to do with your $10? Nothing? Are you sure? Come on, I know you're going to save it up, right? If I give you $10, you can put it in the bank, and then one day you'll have $1 million. That's right, $1 million.
$1 million.
And what are you going to do with your $1 million? You going to spend it on daddy?
No.
What? You going to spend it on mommy?
No.
No. You going to spend it on Dylan?
No.
Oh yes, you will. I know you. You're gonna buy yourself a Porsche and what else? You're gonna buy a Rolex watch and a bunch of stuff. You gonna buy more cameras? I don't think so. You can have mine once I'm dead. Anyway, so get yourself a copy of Luminar, and how about you support our channel if you haven't already, and subscribe. That's right. Dylan, want to help on this side? How about you subscribe? Don't say no. No is not what you get people to subscribe. All right, how about your 2 fingers? Where's your 2 fingers? Oh, my 2 fingers, 4 fingers. Together we can subscribe. Yeah. You're terrible. What else does YouTube like besides subscribers? They like the thumbs up. So hey, if you give us a thumbs up, we can share with you a little taste of the thumbs up girls, right? Right?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Do 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 do. Thumbs up. Yeah. All right. Aren't they cute, huh? But other than that, that's pretty much a big thank you for everything. So who are we? Well, you're Dylan. I'm Dr. Scott.
I'm Spartacus!
And together we are Modesty Photography. We're here to talk about tips and tricks about photography, vintage lenses, vintage cameras, manual cameras, manual lenses, Micro Four Thirds stuff, range finders, massive 42 megapixel cameras, mirrorless, blah, 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 blah. We're here to talk about that stuff. So that's what Modesty Photography is all about. So I thank you for dropping by. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for buying a copy of Luminar if you haven't already. Thank you for just being you. And why do we thank them? Because you belong here. That's right. Where do they belong, mister? What's the name of our show? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right, and Dylan. So, thanks again. We'll see you next Friday. We do one of these every Friday. It's Friday Vietnam time, remember that? So depending on where you are in the world, it may be the day of, the day before, the day after, depending on the funky math we have with our time system.
Dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind.
Not the Twilight Zone, but the time system. And we will see you when we see you. All right, so take care. You ready to say bye-bye? Bye-bye.
Here I am,